Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I'm going to talk about other news that's going on around crypto as well. A lot of news is getting released at the same time that massive outage happened. So I want to bring you up to date on everything that's been going on over the last couple of hours. So stablecoin regulation news. Court grants Binance the right to hold customer funds in U.S. Treasury bonds and third-party custodians. Now think of it like this. Now a lot of people would hail this as a win for crypto. But imagine buying your crypto on Binance and storing it there. And then those funds are tied into U.S. Treasury bonds. And the U.S. Treasury bonds are also tied to U.S. debt. Even as the Fed has begun to scale back its holdings, it held nearly $6.1 trillion in government bonds, almost a fifth of the entire public debt as of September 30th, 2022. That's the most recent data. And as of June 2024, there were 96 million matured, unredeemed savings bonds held by investors. If bonds are held past their maturity date, the bonds can also lose value due to inflation. So do you think this is a good idea that Binance has the right to hold customer funds in U.S. Treasury bonds? I don't know if this is going to end well or not. That's why I don't store my crypto on the exchanges. I buy it there and I get it off of there. Store it on Decent or Ledger or whatever wallet that you like, but don't store it on the exchanges. U.S. Treasury unveils comprehensive cloud security framework for financial services. This initiative is aimed at enhancing the security and efficiency of cloud adoption within the sector. Now, this is coming out at a very strange time, right after that massive outage. And maybe the Treasury wants to get security put in place before they go live with that new U.S. Treasury dollar in 2025. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. Corrupt SEC creates task force to fight crypto and securities fraud. So the SEC has formed the Interagency Securities Council, ISC, with the participation of federal, state, and local regulatory and law enforcement agencies. The council seeks to tackle the growing sophistication of securities and crypto fraud by enhancing collaboration and information exchange among different organizations. So it looks like they're going to continue to crack down on crypto. The good thing is, us as XRP holders, that Ripple versus SEC case seems like it could wrap up at any moment. SEC is granting exceptions to SAB 121 for several large banks. Oh, so Gary is giving exceptions to his big banker friends. This means some banks are no longer penalized for providing custody services for Bitcoin and crypto. Banks provide better protection for custody customers than non-banks because by law, banks in the U.S. cannot be dragged into bankruptcy, ensuring customers' assets are secure. I wonder what banks are going to be working with the SEC and be able to custody crypto. I'm sure JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs will make the list. SEC has rescheduled its closed meeting for July 25th, causing XRP's price to rise amid speculation of a potential settlement in the Ripple case. Now, I talked about this multiple times, and everybody is going to now hype up July 25th as the big day that the Ripple versus SEC case comes to an end. But nobody even knows if that meeting had anything to do with Ripple and the SEC. We see those closed door meetings time and time again. They come and go and nothing happens. Even Brad Garlinghouse said it's now up to the judge. What we got to hope for is that that judge makes a decision sooner than later. Hopefully she makes her decision before the end of July. Breaking: a new Ripple custody office will open soon in Geneva. You see how Ripple is always positioning themselves all around the globe? It's because Ripple is now a global company. They're no longer just a US company. The growth of micropayments on the XRP ledger has contributed to an 80% surge in transaction growth in just 1 week. Remember, David Schwartz said that micropayments are the low-hanging fruit for blockchain and crypto. This category of payments contributed to the surge in transaction volume. They were adding a minimum of 671,000 transactions per day. A look through the XRP scan platform confirmed the micropayments transaction claims. It turned out that numerous transfers between 0.000043 and 0.000045 XRP were initiated and completed within a few seconds. So as we push ahead, we're going to see more and more micropayments as well. Micropayments are what's going to lead to you getting paid at the end of every workday. It's nice to see that's gaining traction as well. Ripple post by Monica Long. We've spent years building a robust global payout network, which allows customers to off-ramp funds in the destination and currency of their choice, alongside other stablecoins. Ripple USD will enable efficient on-ramps and facilitate fast and low-cost global payments for many Ripple payment customers. And you know, that new stablecoin is going to bring value to XRP. I think it's going to play a factor in how high the price of XRP gets as well. Because all of a sudden, it's going to open the door for more and more businesses, more and more banks to get involved with Ripple. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse unveils plans to surpass SWIFT as world payment leader. You know, this is coming at a strange time, right around the time of that massive outage. So he says, at the core, we are trying to let value move the way information moves today, stated Garlinghouse. He explained that Ripple views a world where payment networks become interoperable and sees a potential to unlock value for society. Eventually, we will get there. But because this is a payment network, we need to move slowly and make sure it becomes regulatory compliant, the CEO added. And he also highlighted how much better Ripple is than SWIFT, how much faster and cheaper Ripple is than SWIFT. But that's what's holding us up, regulations. And once regulations come, that's what's going to lead to mass adoption. I hear people every day complaining, oh, you know, we don't need regulations in this space. The crypto space is doing just fine without regulations. Well, without regulations, you will never see mass adoption. Regulations have to be put in place before big financial institutions will get involved with crypto. Same thing with the banks. They want regulations put in place first. And meme coins are going to disappear. It's a fact. This is what's coming. The good thing is we are very close to crypto regulations. It all started with Mika. Listen carefully, QNT, to all XRP and XLM holders. I love them both, but I had some Ripple fans in my DMs saying last video is inaccurate. Overledger will sit on top of Interledger protocol. Listen carefully. Now, before I play this clip, I want to remind you that this massive network is forming. These cryptocurrencies are not fighting each other. They're going to work side by side and make that new financial system work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But this is where QNT ties everything together. Take a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. So, whatever the underlying chain is, if it's IOTA, if it's Golem, if it's Neo, if it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Hyperledger, Interledger, everything. So whatever the underlying chain is, we're going to sit on top of it and have the on-ramps to it, so to be able to talk, read and write to each chain. So yes, it will be compatible to current and future blockchains. I mean, there could be a new blockchain next year, which no one knows about now, that's being invented. We'll just build the connector, the on-ramp into it.
QNT is the operating system of blockchain. It is going to make the whole system work, is what I'm telling you. You will not have a new financial system without without QNT. And that's why I'm always telling people, if you're in crypto, you should always diversify. QNT is sitting around $100 for a reason. It's still very cheap at that price. There's less QNT than there is Bitcoin. And at some point, QNT is going to be an easy 5-digit asset. But I want to point that out in an XRP video because, when I started buying XRP back then, I wasn't paying attention to QNT early on. It was later that I learned how big QNT actually is going to be. It's going to bring the whole system together. Doesn't mean that XRP is not going to be at a massive price in the future. It just means that everything is tying together. One massive network is forming, is what I'm telling you. And a lot of you asked me about Ripple's liquidity hub. Ripple's liquidity hub still exists. We've also decided to fold our liquidity hub product into our payment solution, bringing the benefits of both offerings into a singular experience. So the liquidity hub still exists. And as we go into the future, we're going to see a lot of things change very fast. When I say future, I'm talking within the next 6 months. Because over the course of the next 6 months, we're going to see a lot of things happen. Custody is going to ramp up. We're going to see tokenization ramp up. We're going to see cross-border payments pick up traction as well. We now know that micropayments are happening on the XRP ledger at a very massive amount also. But this shows you that things are going on. It's not that XRP is a dead cryptocurrency because it's sitting around 50 some cents right now. I don't think we're seeing the actual price of any of these ISO cryptocurrencies. I think QNT should easily be $500 plus right now. I think XLM should be over $1 right now. I think XRP should be well over $3 right now. Everything is so undervalued, but every one of these ISO cryptocurrencies have the ability to become something so much bigger because they're all part of a new financial system, a massive network that's forming around them. And that's why I always tell you, if you hold XRP, hold some XLM. If you hold XRP, hold some QNT. Hold some algo, hold some IOTA, hold some HBAR, because each one of these cryptocurrencies are going to offer you different passive income options as well in the future, because everything is still building out and it's still growing. And once we get regulations and the institutions start pouring in to crypto, they're going to open up so many different passive income options over time. You're going to be able to earn daily rewards on your crypto. And it's going to be a very exciting time. But you got to be patient until it happens. It's the same reason why Brad Garlinghouse said they're taking a slow approach, because everything has to be compliant. It has to be regulated before it can be utilized. And they're not going to use it if there's no regulations in place first. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.